Hello, everyone. Welcome back to another edition of Talk and Travel with Terry and Darcy, your hosts from opposite coasts, with our weekly news show. As always, I'm Darcy McKillop, coming to you from the East Coast in Douglas, New Brunswick, and with me is Terry Hawkins on the West Coast of BC. How are you today, Terry?
Doing great here, Darcy. How are things out there on the East Coast?
Beautiful, beautiful day. A few days of rain, which has made the end of no-mow May. Grass really long, so we're moving along. So,
like a jungle out there.
Yeah, getting a little long. All right, so let's jump into our first segment on cruising. So Terry, kick us off.
You bet. Thank you, Darcy. In cruising news, to continue the news of cruise lines returning to full service, the Azamara Journey sailed from Greece this past week, marking the first time ever that all four Azamara ships have been in service at the same time. All four Azamara ships will conduct European sailings this summer before heading to other destinations around the globe.
Great news from Azamara. But another news, and a type of cruising we don't often think about or talk about is cruising the Great Lakes, which, as any Canadian knows, are a big part of Canada. The Viking has actually started its inaugural season in the Great Lakes when the Hawkins became the first ocean-going cruise ship to sail through the St. Lawrence Seaway. The Hawkins will sail Lake Michigan, Lake Superior, and Lake Huron until October, with a variety of itineraries between Toronto and Duluth. The second expedition vessel, the Viking Polaris, will debut later this year and join for the 2023 season as well. And to keep in mind that these are expedition class cruise ships, so they are scientific in nature with some of their expeditions. And Viking has partnered once again with the National Oceanic and Atmospheric Administration to do some research on these cruises. So they could be some pretty interesting itineraries, I think.
It's really cool. Those are wonderful ships, and just seeing the pictures of the Atlantis coming through the locks, like there's no space on either side. Like it's just so cool to see. And expedition cruising is the fastest growing market of cruising out there. You know, you're getting to see these kind of unique itineraries that people haven't really seen before.
Yeah.
And speaking of unique itineraries, Region 7 Seas, not only did they celebrate 30 years of service this last week, but they also announced their longest world cruise that they've ever sailed. The 150-night voyage on board 7 Seas Mariner will begin in Miami on January 7th, 2025. It will visit 97 ports of call, 48 UNESCO World Heritage Sites, and has 16 overnight stays. There are 395 shore excursions being offered on board, and it's Region 7 Seas, so all of those excursions are included. Of course, it's impossible to do all of them, but there is something at every port of call for you to see. And clients who decide that 150 nights on board the 7 Seas Mariner are not enough, you can also add on an 18-night Mexican Riviera cruise from San Francisco before the world voyage begins. Wow, that will be an incredible sailing.
Yeah, that would be something. That would be a once-in-a-lifetime thing for sure. We also missed one last week. Virgin Valiant Lady has begun voyages in the Mediterranean. The Valiant Lady is Virgin Voyage's second ship. She's sailing 3 different itineraries in the Mediterranean, where guests can explore ports like Marseille, Cannes, Mallorca, and it wouldn't be a Virgin voyage if it didn't stop. That is a woo-hoo-hoo.
Holland America has announced the Canada Super Sale. The Canada Super Sale offers Canadian travelers up to 20% off select 2022 cruises. Holland America has got some really unique venues on board now. They're really going after the music venues, trying to find that niche with their ships. So contact Darcy, contact myself today, and we can plan your next cruise on board Holland America to take advantage of those 20% off savings.
It's a nice touch, I think, to deal with some of the exchange rate issues that we have right now with U.S. pricing. So good on Holland America.
Everybody, we're a travel news show. We're a good news travel news show, but we do have to touch on some of the bigger topics that have happened in the last week. I think everybody's well aware that the Carnival Freedom caught fire on Thursday. It was just up in the funnel. They were able to get it out fairly quickly, and thankfully there were no injuries reported. Carnival's doing a great job of getting passengers looked after, sending in the new cruise ship. Of course, there have been some sailings that have been canceled.
Yeah, good points, Terry. I mean, like you said, Carnival did a great job. The ship was docked, luckily, when it happened, so everyone was safe. And from the pictures and posts that I've seen, people weren't too unhappy to spend a couple extra days in Grand Turk. So.
No, there are much worse destinations that one could spend an extra couple days in, like, I don't know, Cape Liberty. All right, moving on to Disney news, continuing in the cruise vein though as well. Online reservations have opened for It's a Small World nursery for sailings on board Disney Cruise Line ships starting in October. So if you have a wee little one there that needs to visit the nursery while you go and enjoy some of the fine dining, you can start making those reservations there as long as your sailing starts in October. And continuing in the Disney Cruise Line news, the Disney Wish continues its sea trials. And you just might recognize the unique path that it took recently. Isn't that cool?
It's a neat picture to see. Same with Disney, and moving off to Disneyland Park in California, the new staging of The Tale of the Lion King has opened at Disneyland Park this past week. The show originally debuted at the smaller outdoor stage at the California Adventure Park 2019, and it's now been readapted to the larger Fantasyland Theater in Disneyland Park. The show was an instant hit when it debuted at California Adventure, and now being presented on a more spectacular stage, it's allowing production to increase its choreography, bigger set pieces, the costumes, the designs, and more musical arrangements. So it should be a great venue for the show. I don't think it'll supplant my love for Festival of the Lion King at Animal Kingdom Park, but still, this would be a show worth taking in.
Hoop-de-Doo Review. This is one of my favorite places to eat at Walt Disney World Resort, and I've only managed to have one meal there, believe it or not. It is a fantastic show, and you have never had better fried chicken in your life than what they serve at Hoop-de-Doo Review. It is opening to celebrate my birthday on June 23rd. So that is quite the treat. Now, if they'll just send me a plane ticket down, I'd be happy to celebrate my birthday there. And Darcy and I would like to remind everyone that bookings for the 2023 packages for Walt Disney World Resort open on June 8th. Contact us now so that we can plan your perfect vacation for the dates that you want at the resort that you want. Let's get that planning done before the 8th so that when it opens up, we can get those booked straight away for you. And moving over to other news, Darcy, you have some air news for us. It's a little close to my home.
Yeah, I found this one just for you, Terry, because I know not only is it close to where you are now, but it's I think near and dear to your heart from where you grew up. So, Canada's first ever scheduled direct service between Whitehorse, Yellowknife, and Toronto has taken off aboard Yukon's airline Air North. Twice weekly seasonal route is expected not only to expand tourism and business travel to the territories, but holds particular significance to the Gwich'in First Nation from Old Crow, Yukon, who own 49% of Air North. The quote came from them: as Canadians seek to better understand each other, the flight unlocks unprecedented opportunities for more people than ever to explore both territories and immerse themselves in the culture of Indigenous peoples who call the Yukon and Northwest Territories home. And that came struck from Air North press release. So I think that's having traveled to both Whitehorse and Yellowknife, I know what a chore that can be to get there, especially from the East Coast. So I think this is a great news for Canada as a whole.
Yeah, it should really open up 2 of the 3 territories for service from the East. And, we have several clients and friends who will be excited to hear that Japan is starting to open back up. On June 10th, Japan will open up for group tours. We hope that soon to follow will be an opening for all visitors. Many countries are starting to open up all around the world. We mentioned Japan just because, Tokyo Disney is the greatest Disney park in the world that I've ever been to, and I can't wait to get back there soon.
Yeah, I'll have to take your word on that one, Terry, because I've never been to Japan, but that would be a really fun
We're
trip.
going to have to go there, Darcy, one of these days. Maybe when that Dream Cruise opens up again, that was briefly on Royal Caribbean's itinerary, which was Yokohama to Hong Kong to Shanghai, an ability to see all those 3 great ports with the Disney parks. That's the dream itinerary for me, and really hoping that Disney Cruise Line opens up a cruise with that in the future, and we'll be on there for sure, Darcy.
Yeah, that would be a fun cruise, that's for certain. The final news for the week, or that we have for this week, is the Club Med Magna Marbella opened in Marbella, Spain. This 35-acre all-inclusive property has 485 guest rooms, 5 pools, a spa, 2 on-property restaurants, and 3 bars. Available activities include a water park, children's clubs, yoga, golf, archery, beach volleyball, paddle tennis, aerial fitness, and flying trapeze. So if you've ever wanted to, join the circus, Club Med in Magna Marbella could be the place for you to get a taste of what it would be like to be flying through the air on a trapeze.
Oh, that'd be really cool. That'd be quite the sight of video for you and I to be on the trapeze, I think. But an interesting bit of trivia. Paddle tennis started in Marbella, Spain.
Oh.
Yeah, that's pretty cool. So
yeah.
that's the week of news, everybody.
A little bit of trivia thrown in. So thanks for joining us again for another edition of Talk and Travel with Terry and Darcy. If you enjoyed the show, click on the like button, tell all your friends, share the video around, and help people find out what it's like to be traveling again. So from the East Coast, my name's Darcy, and from the West Coast,
I'm Terry Hawkins. Remember to contact Darcy or I to help you plan your perfect vacation. Shoot us an email, and particularly with anything Disney World related. Again, they open up June 8th, so give us a shout. We can start planning that out. And if you have future cruise credits, by all means, those are coming due here. There's not a lot of time left. Use them up.